In this video, I just wanted to do one about the line of aim and how you sight the ball to pot it. There's quite a lot of confusion out there about what the correct method is, but to be honest, everybody's got their own way of playing this shot, and there are quite a lot of things that people consider the right or the wrong way. So a lot of people look at the cue ball when they strike the shot. A lot of people look at the object ball when they strike the shot. And I think there are equal arguments for either one. I play sighting the cue ball on impact. I think I've done this for quite a long time because I used to struggle with consistency. Because when I first started playing, I'm pretty sure I used to sight the object ball, but I found it really difficult to maintain any kind of decent standard by doing that. And I think I always found myself needing to play a lot more just to keep a decent standard, which was something that I really didn't enjoy, because the enjoyment was going out of the game for me because I wasn't getting the results that I desired. So this is why I changed to sighting the cue ball, because it's more visual reinforcement, I find, when I'm playing the game, regardless of how often or how little I play. It seems to be much more manageable for me to do when I'm playing the game. So, but with regards to the line of aim, which is something completely different, although it's a part of the shot routine and the shot execution. So the line of aim is basically the line going through the cue ball, through the object ball, and directly through the target pocket, which is the corner pocket there. Now, when I'm playing, the way I do this is I have my leading leg on the line of aim, as I mentioned in a previous video. So the line cuts through the start of the laces on my shoes. That's the line I choose. So what I do is I keep my eye in line with the shot. I keep my eyes in line with the shot as I'm getting down to the shot. So I'll get down, I haven't moved, and now at this stage I'm looking at the tip of my cue through to the object ball and through to the pocket, which is a straight line. And as I do that and start preliminary addresses, I'm now concentrating on the extreme edges of the cue ball to keep me in line. And then as I go back through the cue ball, I'm still looking at the extreme edges and the cue tip. And then I look at the object ball slightly, and then I move back to the cue ball and I'm through. I play the shot. It's quite difficult to explain when you're playing, but that's kind of how I do it. I can't really explain it any better than that. I mean, it doesn't matter which angle I choose. It's the same shot, but I get a lot more visual feedback from looking at the cue ball, because at the end of the day, that is the only ball I control. I can't control the object ball until the ball I've controlled has hit it. So I know that there's an argument for both methods, but this is where I tend to favour the cue ball, because it's the only ball you have any kind of physical interaction with. You don't hit the object ball, you hit the cue ball to hit the object ball. And I think that's the difference. So if you're only focusing on the object ball, then you're putting a hell of a lot of trust in everything else that's going on behind it, which includes the cue ball, the cue, how straight your cueing is, where your body position is. All of that has now become a massive assumption that everything's true and correct. And for me, if I aren't playing regularly, then I would find that quite difficult to cope with. As I'm playing, with my concentration levels, I would really struggle. And I think it wouldn't take long before doubt crept into my game, because I don't feel I'm in control with anything. But in terms of the cue ball, if I'm playing a shot and I'm hitting the ball that I'm looking at, I feel as though I'm in a lot more control of the situation and of how things, what's going on. I feel a lot more comfortable. Win or lose, pot or miss, I still feel happy that it was me that played the shot. But if I'm looking at the object ball, which can sometimes even be 10 foot away, then I don't feel as though I'm in control, because there's no physical interaction. So anyway, like I said, leading leg down, I'm on the line of aim, cue ball, and strike. And that's how I play the game. Like I said, I know that people use the object ball method and they reach very, very high standards using it. But for me personally, it doesn't sit happy with me. I just don't find it of any kind of benefit. I find it more harm than benefit. So, I mean, I can try. If I tried it now, you see, I can't see the cue and I can't see the cue ball. So I don't know what's going on. I've still potted the black, but I don't feel as though I had any part in the shot, any control, because what I should have been looking at, in my eyes, I wasn't looking at, and therefore it could have been somebody else playing the shot for all I knew, because I didn't feel like I was in control enough of it. But for me to hit the black ball with the cue ball and be focusing on the cue ball, I feel as though I've got a lot more involvement in the shot, and I just feel there's much more control. A hell of a lot more control. But then again, having said that, what you can't do when you're playing is you can't look at the cue on its own. You cannot look at the cue, because if you look at the cue, you could be picking so many other contact points on the cue ball other than the one that you've chosen. And this can happen on any kind of shot, and you can miss any kind of ball no matter how easy it is. So you never look at the cue, because you can miss, and you can miss easy balls. I hope this has cleared up any views that people may have about the sighting methods, because it is quite a controversial subject, and I just wanted to get my point out about it and how I felt about it, because I do think it's quite a grey area, because there are pros and cons for both, I find, and as long as you can find a preference yourself personally and be happy with it, I think that's all that matters really at the end of the day. As long as you're getting the results you desire, then it shouldn't really matter which one you adopt, because at the end of the day, we all want to try and improve and get better, and it all helps. Thank you for watching the video again, and if you did like the video, please subscribe and you'll see much more content such as this. Thank you very much. Bye.